Now let's look at the UK. Riots have broken out in almost every corner of the country, anti-Muslim and anti-immigrant riots, which were sparked by a horrific attack last week. A 17-year-old British citizen stabbed multiple children last Monday. At a dance studio in the city of Southport, 3 young girls were killed, leading to public fury, which has morphed into the ongoing riots. The attacker was born in the UK in Wales to parents of Rwandan origin. But the rioters don't seem to believe that. Many think that he is a Muslim migrant. Even though the police say that he has no known links to Islam, the rioters don't believe the police though. They've been targeting mosques and immigrant shelters to express their anger against those two communities. The riots began last Tuesday and have been taking place every day since. Today is supposed to be one of the worst days yet. The rioters are reportedly targeting more than 100 locations across Britain. 100. Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer is mobilising the police to protect these places.
We're doing everything we can to ensure that where a police response is needed, it's in place. Where support is needed for particular places, that is in space. Obviously, it's a difficult situation with disorder going on in a number of different places at the same time.
Starmer has raised what he calls a standing army of about 6,000 police officers. He will be hoping that it will be enough to protect all the known targets. But that doesn't mean that riots won't break out elsewhere. The rioters are also expanding their targets. It's not just mosques and immigrant shelters anymore. Today, they plan to attack legal firms and advisories, basically places that help refugees with their asylum applications. So the message is clear. The British rioters want an end to immigration. They want to end multiculturalism. And they don't seem to care who gets hurt in the process. The rioters are organizing online. They've been sending out instructions telling others to wear masks or hoodies and leave their phones at home so they won't be identified by security cameras. Their preparations have left British authorities worried. Prime Minister Starmer held an emergency meeting yesterday, his second so-called Cobra meeting in as many days, to find a way to stop the rioters. He seems to be hoping to scare them into submission.
Over 400 people now have been arrested, 100 have been charged, some in relation to online activity, and a number of them are already in court. And I'm now expecting substantive sentencing before the end of this week. But the message has to go to those who are involving themselves in this disorder, which is you're wrong, you shouldn't be doing it, and you will feel the full force of the law, as I hope we've been able to demonstrate with these swift prosecutions.
Yesterday, we told you how British courts are scheduled to stay open for 24 hours a day to fast-track the sentencing of those arrested. But that may not be enough to deter the rioters. That's what a majority of British citizens believe anyway. Here's a survey that was released yesterday. More than half of the country believes that the rioters will get away. And that may be why a wave of counter-protest is also underway. British Muslims and pro-immigrant demonstrators have also taken to the streets. And their plan is simple: outnumber the rioters, prevent them from carrying out the attacks. This, however, creates another headache for the British police, because they now have to place themselves between the two groups to prevent clashes from breaking out. So these counter-protesters are also a problem. But critics of the government say that the counter-protesters are being given a free pass. Critics like Elon Musk. Musk has been criticizing Keir Starmer over the last few days over these riots, and yesterday he took it up a notch. He called the British Prime Minister two-tier Keir. What does that mean? Critics say that there's a two-tier policing system in the UK where the far right is dealt with more harshly compared to the other protesters. So two different approaches for two different groups. That is the charge. British officials have denied this, of course.
It's complete nonsense. We have commentators from either end of the political spectrum who like to throw accusations of bias at the police, because we stand in the middle, we operate independently under the law without fear or favour. And if you've got crazy views over there, you don't like it, and if you've got crazy views from over there, you don't like it. We will continue to do that.
But will people buy this explanation? Right now, two-tier policing is becoming another flashpoint. It's fueling even more anger among the anti-immigrant crowd, making fresh riots even more likely. Will Prime Minister Keir Starmer and his police be able to stem the violence? We'll be tracking this story for you as it unfolds.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
Firstpost reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa. From elections to climate change to innovations and opportunities. As the world's attention shifts, we report from Africa, the heart of the global South. Join me every weekday live on Firstpost.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital in Washington, D.C.